that song came over the jukebox. It was a Miles Davis Walkin. Percy Heath on bass. That's the great Kenny Clark on drums. And he took off his glass. I said, "Hey, Judy, what can I do, man? What can I get better?" And then he was listening. This came on. I was like, was it serendipitous? Is that the right word? Or is it
Something.
yeah, maybe serendipitous, maybe inspiration, or something else. Either way, he took off his glasses, looked straight at me, and said, "Play the ride cymbal like that. That's all I want. That's all any of us want." And I heard it, man. So when I came in here, I said, I knew I was in heaven, man. So thank you, Joe Barna. Thank you, Kenny Clark. You know, they say Sarah, blah, 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 couldn't really make it. But for me, it's like next man up. That's why I love living in New York City. I kind of like it when people can't make gigs. I'm like, oh, man, so now we get to go a different direction. And immediately thought of my man, Aidan McKeon, who's from Philadelphia. And Kurt Rosenbrinkel brought us together. And he's a hell of a player, man. Aidan McKeon, what's up, man? Oh man, we got a real triumvirate of what do you call academic college who's who here, man. Aidan McKeon goes every time he says MSM, I think of Madison Square Garden, but Manhattan School of Music, right?
Juilliard.
Oh shoot, Juilliard. He goes to Juilliard. Give him a round of applause. This young man on piano from Detroit, you know, so when you come to Detroit, you immediately got to have that thing, like Paul Chambers, Doug Watkins, Elvin Jones, Barry Harris, Tommy Flanagan, and the list goes on. Ron Carter, Tommy Flanagan, and one of the great piano players I got to play with, his name is Hugh Lawson. He was a bad cat, man. I saw him a couple of videos, and I'm like, oh, he's got that little Detroit thing. I like that. And so he's in Juilliard, and you're from MSM. Now, I'll say my joke again. Every time I hear MSM, I think of Madison Square Garden. Well, it's Manhattan School of Music. William Hill III. You know, that's what they call highfalutin conservatories or academia stuff, but the bass player, me and him really, we hit the right spot, man. This is my brother in arms. When you're a good bass player, you're a drummer's good friend. When you're a great bass player, you're a drummer's best friend. And when you're a damn good bass player and you went to William Patterson College, then you're brothers for life. My man, Griffin Fink. Yeah. That's why I went to school at William Patterson College. It took me 7 years to graduate, but I did it. And, but we turned that thing from a college into a university, so we raised the level. So anyways, I'm going to quit talking because Harold Mabern, who I met through William Patterson College, I've been sitting on the drums for 50 years, so I have 50 years of stories. I want to just keep on talking, but I can hear Harold say, "You're talking too much, boy. Get behind the drums." All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pay tribute to the great Max Roach and George Coleman and Booker Little. This is off a record I used to listen to called, still listen to, Max Roach Live at Newport. And when you go back to Max Roach, you think about Charlie Parker or some of his first recordings with Coleman Hawkins. So in the 50s, you think he's a little bit older. But man, he was only 33 when he made this record, and George Coleman was 22, and I think Booker Little was 18. And the thing about this, Art Davis is playing bass, and George told me that right before they got to the Newport Jazz Festival, Art slammed his hand in the taxi door, so his hand was just mangled. But he had to play all these tempos. This record, Max Roach Live at Newport, it starts fast and ends as faster than you ever can believe. So if you ever want to try to play fast, check out Max Roach Live in Newport.
Where's that your hand in the door?
Yeah. We're going to do a little tribute to the great tenor players of our past, body and soul, but this is also a tribute to Betty Carter, because she'd have you play so fast, and at the end of the song, your arms are shaking, and your heart's pounding, and then you have to play so slow. And you have to act like nothing's happening. So this is a tribute to Betty Carter. That's the sort of trick those old timers would do to you. Play so fast and then hit you really slow. So let's see if we can do it. Let's see if I can do it. Body and soul. Hey, what does body and soul mean to you? Want to explain?
I don't know. I guess body and soul to me just means like living your life kind of with your whole self and like true to yourself. I think the lyrics are about something else, but that's what it means to me, is like really affirming yourself and living true to who you are. So that's what it means to me.
Great. Well, let's hear it. You can take some off front. Take your time.
Yeah.
You give someone from Philadelphia an inch, they take a mile. Right? Come on, man. Let's go. I'll tell you what, I mean, I've been around the world many times, as most of you guys have, and heard a lot of records. That's not something very common on this earth to hear a guy that young play that much music. But I heard everything. I heard Coleman Hawkins. I heard Lester Young. Did you practice putting Stevie Wonder in there? That just came
I was
upon
listening
you?
to Dexter. He did that.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
see
did.
that? Look at that. Dexter Gordon, man. That's a smart cat right there. From Philadelphia, Aidan McKeon. Beautiful, man.
I think he showed you what body and soul meant to him.
Yeah, he sure did, man. Yeah, that's Philadelphia. They
Right,
booed Santa there, man. They're like, I'm going to show you, man. No problem. Anyways, I was thinking about when he was playing, man, like, I just go into dreamland. Like, I'm playing the drums, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this family of musicians and music. And it's something, they asked Kenny Clark what was his hardest gig in his life, and it was his answer kind of floored me. He said, finding my role in life. And you never think of Kenny Clark thinking something like that, but this bandstand is very sacred. We share it with you, and you share it with us, because if it was just us up here, we'd be at each other's throats, man. With you here, it's a real community and fellowship, and, you know, it might sound corny, but to me, it means everything in the world to share this music with you, man. So thanks for coming. We love you. I gotta thank Joe Barna, man. He's really to put this together, you know. Like, yeah. You know, he puts out some cranky Facebook videos, but he's a great guy, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw a couple of them, like, oh, I'm getting a little nervous, man. Beautiful, yeah, man. But, and also, I started thinking about, man, how great Aidan plays, and man, are you even 20 yet?
I'm 20, yeah.
He's 20, man. Like,
You're shitty, man.
yeah, man, like, when I was 20, I went to William Patterson, and I played in front of Harold Mayburn. And strange enough, I had my Philadelphia 76ers hat on, because I was a great Dr. J fan, and Andrew Toney, and we were playing 7 Steps to Heaven. And I thought, I'm going to burn this college down, man. They've never heard anything like me before. And I was 20 years old, and I had my hat on, and we were playing for all the teachers and students, and we played 7 Steps to Heaven. And Harold says, young man, have a little respect for the music. Take that hat off. I'm like, ah, shit. And I took my hat off. He says, young man, put that hat back on, man. And he says, you got to learn to walk before you can run. I started thinking about that. And then I also thought about once Jazz at Lincoln Center, it was like a few years back, they said, we'd like you to play with some younger masters, with some older masters. I'm like, oh, wow, that's awesome, man. A whole week I was thinking, who am I going to play with? Like Sonny Rollins and Bobby Hutcherson and McCoy Tyner. And I got there, and the piano player was 18, and the guitar player was 16. I was the old guy, man. I'm like, whoa, man. And so that's not so bad, but when you're older than their parents, that gets a little rough, man. That's what's. And then I was thinking, I might be as old as you three combined. Now that's a first, man. 20?
I don't know.
19. Hold on. I know Griffin Fink, he graduated about 20 years ago, so that's 39, I'm 56. I'm 23.
Almost.
Well, add it up, I think I still got you, man. Anyways, let's play dedication to the great Kenny Clark and My Moment with Junior Cook. Let's play, what'd they play? The blues.
going to school, they should know.
What is it for? It's just the blues.
Oh, Walkin.
Yeah, Walkin. All right. If you remember anything about tonight, think of me in Brooklyn in 1990, hanging out with Junior Cook, and he's talking about if you want to learn how to play music, listen to Kenny Clark. Not just play drums, want to play music, listen to Kenny Clark. It's on the Miles Davis record called Walkin', and Percy Heath's on bass, and Kenny Clark's on drums, J.J. Johnson's on trombone. This is Walkin'. One, two, 1, 2, 3. the dog, don't stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, you listen to some fantastic musicians tonight. Willie Hill III, William Hill III on the piano. Griffin Fink on the bass. Aidan McKeon on the saxophone. Woo! The great master. You are the master, my man. You are the master. You are the best. Joe Farnsworth on the drums.